Welcome one, welcome all, and welcome to an Unleash the Ghouls Top 10. There's going to be some spoilers ahead, so get ready and let's jump into it. The acting world certainly isn't short of talent, but neither is the horror genre. Horror is generally viewed as a medium of film that is generally filled with bad actors, when we all know that there have been some world-class horror performances over the years. Check out our UTG Top 10 Best Acting Performances in Horror Movies if you'd like to know more. But for now, I'm going to talk about 10 actors and actresses who made their feature-length acting debuts in horror movies. All of these performers went on to achieve varying degrees of success as actors, but you can trace all of their careers back to the humble little genre that is horror. Let's begin with number 10. Neve Campbell. Horror fans will know Campbell well in her role as Sidney Prescott in the Scream franchise, one of the people who is constantly tormented by the Ghostface killer. No, not that one. One of the other people tormented by Ghostface as well, our boy David Arquette, who defended the town against the eight-legged freaks in episode 8 of Friday Fright Time. Campbell has also had main roles in The Craft, recently Skyscraper with The Rock, and she had a starring role in the Fox TV drama Party of Five, which was her breakthrough. But to us horror fans, her real breakthrough came from the 1993 horror sci-fi movie The Dark, a movie about a mysterious, powerful creature that lives beneath a graveyard. Campbell plays a minor character named Jesse Donovan, one of the cops investigating The Dark. Haven't seen this film, but it looks like a bag of wank, so probably going to avoid it. Number 9. Jason Alexander and Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Gonna hit you with a combo on this one. The reason I'm gonna do this as a double feature is because both Alexander and Louis-Dreyfus made their names in Seinfeld, the sitcom surrounding New York City stand-up comedian Jerry Seinfeld and his friends, who happen to include George Costanza, played by Alexander, and Elaine Benes, played by Louis-Dreyfus. Alexander also voiced Hugo the Gargoyle in Disney's animated version of The Hunchback of Notre Dame, while Louis-Dreyfus went on to star in the hugely successful TV series Veep. But in terms of horror, our boy Jason first starred in 1981's The Burning as Dave. Yeah, it's a slasher movie where a caretaker from a campsite has been grotesquely burned in a prank gone wrong, and he's come back to decimate the responsible teenagers. Our last Julia began in a little film called Troll. That's right, the beginning of the cult franchise. Julia played Jeanette Cooper, aka Jeanette the Nymph. My lord, we need to cover the Troll movies at some point, but anyway, number 8. Chloe Grace Moretz. Most people agree that Moretz rose to fame playing Hit Girl in the Kick-Ass movies, and they'd be right, because she's fucking awesome. But she also made a name for herself in Martin Scorsese's Hugo. She played the vampire Abby in the American remake of Let the Right One In, titled Let Me In. Seriously, watch the original Swedish version, it's bloody brilliant. And she even played Carrie White in the dreadful 2013 remake of Stephen King's Carrie. If it ain't Sissy Spacek, it doesn't count. So Moretz clearly isn't a stranger to horror, and that's probably down to her feature-length debut in the 2005 remake of the Amityville Horror alongside Ryan Reynolds. It's an okay reboot where Moretz plays Chelsea Lutz, one of the children haunted by the disturbing nature of Amityville. Number 7. Patricia Arquette. That's right, the sibling of our boy David. Love it when he pops up in UTG episodes. Patricia has had an illustrious career starring in some big movies like True Romance, Ed Wood, which is a brilliant movie. She had a small role in Toy Story 4, but most famously she won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress starring in Boyhood, an incredible cinematic experiment which was filmed over the course of 12 years using the same cast as the same characters. That's right, Arquette started the movie in 2002 and completed the movie in 2014, and the movie went on to receive a Best Picture nomination. That's crazy, but not as crazy as her film debut as Kristen Parker in A Nightmare on Elm Street 3: Dream Warriors. She's the central member of the Dream Warriors, a group of 7 teenagers who've banded together in order to learn how to fight Freddy Krueger as a unit rather than individually. In her dreams, she's managed to give herself the power of being an Olympic level acrobat. It's bloody mental. Her character returned in the next Elm Street movie, The Dream Master, though Arquette didn't play her. She was played instead by Tuesday Knight, probably because Arquette was off on her journey to Oscar's gold. Number 6. Hilary Swank. In 2005, she was named one of Time magazine's 100 most influential people in the world. That's some way to start. She's a recipient of 2 Oscars and 2 Golden Globes for her roles as a transgender man, Brandon Teena, in 1999's Boys Don't Cry, and as an aspiring boxer in Clint Eastwood's Best Picture winner, $1 Million Baby. But she kicked off her incredible career with a minor role in 1992's Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And guess who also appeared in that movie in his second feature film role? David Arquette. He just has to get involved with everything, doesn't he? Can every actor in a horror movie be traced back to David Arquette? Number 5. Jennifer Aniston. Rachel Green, everybody. Aniston rose to international acclaim, winning a Primetime Emmy, Golden Globe, and Screen Actors Guild Award for playing one of the friends, which I'll mention for future reference I can't fucking stand, but let's not get into that. Tell you what though, you know who dates Phoebe in The One with the Jam? David Arquette! Even Courtney Cox, who played Monica in Friends, and also Gail in the Scream franchise with Neve Campbell, was married to David Arquette for 6 years. What's going on with this fella? He's everywhere. Anyway, you can't deny that Friends is probably the most successful sitcom of all time and allowed Aniston to go on to star in other successful movies like Bruce Almighty with Jim Carrey and Marley and Me with Owen Wilson. But she came swinging into her film debut, putting her fists up to fight the Leprechaun. She plays Tori Redding, the main target of Warwick Davis's evil leprechaun, and she certainly puts up a fight. If only Arquette was there to help. Although, for all we know, he probably was. Number 4. Charlize Theron, another actress littered with awards such as her Oscar for serial killer Eileen Wuornos in 2003's Monster. Usually a mainstay in big blockbuster movies such as 2003's The Italian Job, 2012's Prometheus, 2015's Mad Max Fury Road, Theron is a solid actress who can help boost a film's performance based on her name alone. She was also listed as one of the 100 most influential people in the world by Time magazine, this time in 2016, but her feature debut was not only horror, it was uncredited, as she played one of Eli's followers in Children of the Corn 3 Urban Harvest. Side note, the first Children of the Corn shite, how did it spawn a franchise of 10 movies? Number 3. Johnny Depp, an actor known for his diversity of weird and wonderful characters such as Captain Jack Sparrow, Edward Scissorhands, Willy Wonka, the Mad Hatter. He won a Golden Globe for playing Sweeney Todd in Tim Burton's great musical version of The Demon Barber of Fleet Street, but despite all of his colourful displays as an actor, his feature debut is one of his dullest, most normal characters to date. But luckily, it's one of the greatest horror movies of all time, A Nightmare on Elm Street. Here, Depp plays Glenn, one of the teens who is savaged by Freddy in the movie, and he's the victim of one of the best deaths in the Elm Street franchise, where he's sucked into his bed by Freddy's glove and a wormhole in the bed erupts blood all over the ceiling like a volcano. It's classic stuff. Number 2. Leonardo DiCaprio, another incredibly diverse actor who has been a heartthrob his entire life, with the likes of What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Titanic, and Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet, later evolving into a great character actor with the likes of Shutter Island, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Django Unchained, and finally winning his Best Actor Oscar as Hugh Glass in The Revenant. DiCaprio is one of the world's most popular actors, and in which genre did he begin? Horror, of course, in 1991's Critters 3 as Josh, the son of a corrupt landlord who helps to save his town from the critters. And finally, number 1, quite possibly the most successful actor to start his career in a horror film, Tom Hanks. That's right, the recipient of consecutive Best Actor Oscars for Philadelphia and Forrest Gump, breakthrough star of Splash and Big, star of Saving Private Ryan, The Green Mile, Castaway. He's Woody, for fuck's sake. One of the world's all-time most beloved actors did indeed kick off his mind-blowing career in a small horror movie titled He Knows You're Alone, a low-budget slasher from 1980 where a bride-to-be is stalked around Staten Island by a serial killer, and one of the guys who happens to be playing a character in said movie, Mr. Hanks himself. So there you have it, a huge list of very famous individuals who can all be traced back to the horror genre, but more importantly can all be traced back to David fucking Arquette. If you can find a link between Tom Hanks and Arquette, let me know in the comments. I'm Connor, signing off from Unleash the Ghouls, and I'll see you next time.